Hi guys, I just thought I would do some bed rant. How you guys doing? Um, I just want to chat with you guys a little bit. A few topics on my mind, but not that much. I just got a lot of sleep just now. I went out in the rain yesterday for my walk. I didn't let the rain stop me, and it took me like a lot of sleep to get over it. My hair was drenched, and uh, I don't know. It's just I'm not a seasonal shirtless guy. I'm shirtless guy, so that could have been easier just to stay in. Oh, it's raining. I'm not going out, but I did. I did go out, and I have to be careful sometimes because it's harder to make as much. It's harder to move at least for me, when I'm wet and cold. It's just like I can't go as far. If I go all the way down to, let's say, Old Town Front Street in the rain, it's hard to get back. I didn't do that far yesterday, but that's what I'm saying. Um, I want to chat just a little bit about just random nonsense here. I noticed I got a lot of views for Shallow Sea by Alan Holdsworth and IOU. That's funny. Say what you want about YouTube viewers, but you guys are smart. Like, I mean, you. I mean, I'm not saying that to be pretentious or to just be smart about it. That's the hardest thing I've done on my YouTube channel since I started it. Okay, all it took to do that, even though it's an instrumental, there's no words, there's no singing involved, which I didn't even realize consciously until I was ready to record it. Oh yeah, I don't need a mic, there's no singing here. The first of all, everything is clean tone except for the solo, so there's no BS. You can't just say, well, I'm just going to play through the distortion. It's not like that. It's all clean. You have to do a volume swell technique, but not just with notes like Eddie Van Halen did, with chords, and that's hard. And I don't have a volume pedal like Alan probably had in the 80s. I'm not saying he did. He did with his. I don't know how he did that on his end, but I don't have a volume pedal, so I had to use my my volume pinky finger. My guitar teacher Tom Franks taught me that, by the way. I extended it a little bit. I did it. I actually was better at it than he was. Sorry, but he taught me a little bit about how to do it. And next thing you know, I'm just all over the place, and with chords and everything. But I'm not. I don't do a thing just to show off a technique. I don't go, well, I can do volume swells. How do I throw that in? I just do. I needed it, so I did it. But if you guys like that, I can do more of it. That's one way it was hard. I'm not even done, am I? It was also very tricky fingerings. I mean, I have to explain something to you guys. Those fingers are so tricky and intricate and unfamiliar that I'm just being straight here. I haven't been able to play since. I've been able to play, but I haven't let myself play ever since because my hands are still adjusting to my tendons and muscles and ligaments in my hands are still recovering from all that strainage, and if I don't want to play too soon after that, I have to rest my hands a little bit. It was yesterday I recorded it, so it's been about a day, about 24 hours or so, maybe less. And I'm still resting my hands. There's a thing in the doctors call it musician's dystonia, where you can play too much, you can practice too much, and your fingers just forget what they're doing. And I don't want to get that. So that's why I haven't done any playing since I did that Shallow Sea thing. I just have to rest my hands a little, let that sink in. If you don't believe what I'm saying, try playing it yourself. Okay, I thought so. Very difficult. And then the solo, when I did the solo, I did use distortion, of course, because that sounds good. But to do a solo, even like I did, forget about trying to be Alan himself, but to even do a solo like I did takes a lot of practice and a lot of oomph. It took a lot to get me to solo like I did in that song. You have to know your scales and then how not to do that. You have to know what a major scale is, but not play it. And you have to play fast, and you have to improvise. And Jesus, I mean, it was the hardest thing I've ever done on YouTube. I mean, I played Paul Gilbert's solo introduction in his introduction solo to what's it called again? What did he call it? Number one, it was number two, number one, number two. Paul Gilbert, what was his initial video called? His instruction video. I don't remember the name of it right now. Stream guitar. I don't remember. But he did his lick in the middle, beginning of it, and that's hard, and I've done that. But it's still in the rock and roll vein. It's still alternate picking with string skipping, and it's still harmonic minor scale. He does it in E harmonic minor scale, in a certain way, and it's all in the rock and roll ilk. But when you play Alan, you don't get to rely on any of that. In fact, it's often not doing that. And then now what do you do, kind of thing. And so I respect that song, and I respect. It's cool that you guys watched a lot of it. A lot watched it a lot. That's cool. I appreciate that. It shows you guys are smart too. And but if I want to, my fingers also have to learn what they've. My fingers have to physically, experientially learn the patterns I was playing in that song too. It's not just for resting's sake. It's also, it takes time for them to integrate what they did in that song, so I can use it again, or know it again, or play it again, or do something with it. I'm not just trying to play. I don't just want to play Alan Holder songs. I don't want to play anybody's just songs. I want to do my own thing with it too. And that means knowing what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and all that. I don't just play mindlessly. Well, at least I played that song, but what the heck was he doing? No, I like to know what he was doing so I can do it myself. Make it my own, do it myself, and do it my way, and do it on my own stuff. Anyway, now I'm gonna switch gears. Tangential to all that. Medder liked that term. When I said tangential, I thought I'd made it up, but he said no, it was a term, and I said it's just a math thing. I got it from math. It's a tangent. It means you made a sharp turn, and you're still going, but you're in a different direction, a different momentum. I want to talk about the moderator for a minute here. First of all, screw you, moderator. Second of all, on my end of things, I never completely trusted him. I don't completely trust any dude, not since my dad. And Matter had a lot of things about the Matter were like my dad. He kept telling me, "I'm not your dad." And yet, not only did I not say he was my dad, he would, at the end of our talks, he actually criticized me as being like his dad. And I didn't even get to say, well, I'm not your dad. He wouldn't even let me have the time. He wouldn't even give me the space to say that. He would say, my dad, when I talked to him, he'd get drunk and you couldn't talk to him. And he was like saying the same thing about me being his dad that I would say about him being my dad, only he got to do it because he's the moderator. Only when I did it, you're just trying to be my dad. But when he did it to me, I didn't even get a chance to say that. Fuck you. Well, there's that. Second of all, I never really trusted him. I don't trust, like I said, I don't trust dudes. I just don't. And I got a really creepy feeling about something he invited me to do a couple times. It wasn't just once and okay, Jimmy doesn't like that. He said it a couple times. He suggested like a year ago or so, that we go camping together or something. He said it would be really cool. We'd be out in tent. First of all, I've done camping, and I don't like getting bit by mosquitoes. I don't like have nothing but a tent around me, and I don't like the house. I don't like being bit by mosquitoes. I don't like not knowing where the next person is. I don't like having just a tent protect. I don't like knowing when the next bear's coming. And yet he offered it to me several times, and I got a creepy feeling about that, like he was going to do me harm. Or have someone do me harm, or why not try to do me harm himself? He's a big dude. You want to fight me? I don't know. I had a bad feeling about it, and I never did it, and he dropped it. But a really weird thing. I didn't trust him. Just him and me, and there's no one else. Do I really trust that dude? I didn't, and I didn't want to go. And I don't like nothing. It's not just that I don't like camping. I thought about it, and I didn't feel safe with him. Not just him and me, just out in the middle of the boondocks. I didn't trust him. But I don't know. Someone's going to say that's my paranoia. Well, prove the fact that something is called paranoia does not make it wrong. Even if it is called paranoia or whatever, doesn't make it wrong. You can't. That's paranoid. Not true. You don't know that. Anyway, there's that. I never really trusted him. I didn't think he was going to do this either.
I didn't think he was just going to not be my friend and just totally ghost me over nothing out of nowhere. I didn't think that either. Don't think I'm that smart. I didn't predict all whatever he's doing now, being my hater. Here he's going to the hate summit himself now. Whatever. You know what? Did I fear the other haters? Why should I fear a hater because he's the moderator? Moderator, if you're just a hater, you're in the same blocks as all of them. I don't fear you any more than any of them. You're just the matter hater to me. You're just another hater. So fucking what? I mean, you know, go ahead, be my hater. I've already had haters. You're just joining them. You're not inventing anything new. You're not doing anything new. You're just joining the side. Big fucking deal. Okay, got that? Whatever. And I deleted some of the, I'm going to start deleting the stuff we did. I've already deleted a couple things on my channel that were him showing about the moderator. I don't care about that. I'm going to start deleting it all. I'll probably keep our original, our works that we did where he recorded me, you know, our songs. I'll keep that, but I'm just going to start deleting all the jams we had and all that crap. I don't care. It's already for members only anyway. You guys all can't see it except the main songs you guys can see, but all the little things where I'm hanging out with him are all members only. Now, and you know what? You know, he doesn't need to infect my channel, you know, any more than I want him to. And he can't any more than I want him to because I can delete everything. So anyway, whatever. So, okay, so I just woke up from a lot of sleep. You know, and having said all that, yeah, the matter helped me in many ways. You know, that's why I had him. I guess that's why something told me to be his friend for the time. He had a lot of good to help me with. You know, help me with my Asperger's, and he got me my 2i2 and my set up for recording and OBS studio on my computer. And he acted like he cared. He had a genuineness about him, like he really meant what he was saying. And he put it into action. He actually helped me. He made the moderator for me. So I appreciate that. You know, I always will, you know. I mean, I call things like I see them, not like I want to see them. So he did help me, or probably something would have told me not even talk to him, but he was helping me. So I appreciate that. But I'm also calling both sides of it and calling all sides of it, because that's what I do when I call it like I see it, because I see all sides. I don't just see one side. None of us do. We just may choose a side, but we see more than often what we say, and I don't like to do that. I like to say what I really mean all the way around. So anyway, there's that. Now, maybe one more topic in these bed rants. One more little topic. Well, I can make it lighter in here. I have a light that has 3 volume levels. I just like it on the dark side, especially when it's cold and dark anyway. I don't know. I just feel like it's a good vibe to have it kind of toned, not bright. I get enough of that in the daylight and the sun. I feel like sometimes I'm more creative when I'm like in the shadows or something. I don't know. Just the fact that it's lights on but not really bright somehow inspires me a little bit. I'm looking at Black Sabbath, but they're not playing because I'm recording and I have to hear my voice. But Black Sabbath is playing up there on the TV. So I just want to talk about. Now I'm going to be another thing that's slightly tangential. Is I want to talk about. Sometimes I like talking about the actors I like. I'm not an actor, but I almost became one because I was going to do a movie called The Legend of Shirtless Guy. It was going to be about me. It never got made, but that's where I got the original title, Shirtless Guy. People say I made it up. I did not make that title up. As Jerry Clancy, he's a realtor. He came up to me in Escondido and said, "Hey, we've been watching for a few months. We like you. Would you like to be in a movie called The Legend of Shirtless Guy, and you're going to be Shirtless Guy?" I said, "Sure." We worked on it for a couple of years. I thought about I was going to be an actor, but we never did it. So when I did my YouTube channel, I called it Shirtless Guy. Thank you, Jerry. That was his idea. I like it. Thank you. But I watch actors. I think they're interesting, and there's an actor side to me. Something tells me if I wanted to, I could do that. If I had to, I could do that. I like Steven Seagal movies. I like the first one called Above the Law. It wasn't just about martial arts, even though it's a great martial art movie. That's one of the best movies ever. I love that movie called Above the Law, 1988, Steven Seagal's first movie. But in that movie, he played a cop that was exposing secret societies and the Illuminati.
it was blatant. I mean, he would say, "Do you know who they're working for? Do you know who these people are? You know, not one CIA agent has ever been tried of murder, much less been tried." It was all about exposing the dark side of the government. And that was a great movie on that level too. Even if it had no martial arts, which it did, it'd still be a cool movie because it was about exposing the underworld of politics and the Illuminati that control the world. And he was balls out about it. I mean, you just watch the movie for yourself and see. He's exposing all this. And then he went another direction where he just went into his martial arts and never talked about that again, which is cool. I get it. But that first movie was the greatest. That was awesome. But he just was exposing not just the local bad guy, but who's behind the real terrorism of this world. Who's behind why this world sucks like it does. Why 0.1% own 99.9% of the wealth. You know, get that? You know, what's really going on. He did a lot of good in that movie. I love it. Anyway, love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.